All right. Section 4. Complete the notes below. Write one word only for each answer. In section 4, 90% chances are you will get one word only. But in case if they have given an old test, then it can be multiple choice or anything like that. So remember one thing, any type of questions may appear in any part of Ielts. Multiple choice, part 1, 2, 3, 4, anywhere. One word only, part 1, 2, 3, 4, anywhere. Okay? So, one word only. New Caledonian crows and the use of tools. Caledonian, if you don't know the meaning, it's just a type of crows. Actually, it's the ka. Right? Ka. Ka means kawa. Yeah, exactly. And the use of tools. Now, crows and how they use the tools. What is tool? If a crow is, like thirsty crow. So those pebbles the crows threw in the water, they were a tool. And that story is true story. Thirsty crow and all that. Crows are very intelligent. That's why they are black. Anyways, now let's see what the question is. Can you see some chimpanzees? So they will do blah, blah, blah about chimpanzees. And by the way, the options where we don't have any questions, please don't read them. Just look at them. Now underline the word chimpanzees. When they're doing ba, ba, ba about chimpanzees, let them go on. Because your answer is not related to that. Next bullet point, Betty, new crow. Now the name of the crow is Betty. Right? So just underline Betty. When they speak about Betty, let them go on and all that. Now they say, Betty, new Caledonian crow made a dash out of wire. So Betty created something. Betty is what? Kavi. Alright, Kavve ki Mrs. Crow. Betty is Mrs. Crow. So Betty made something out of a wire. Wire is tar. Usne tar ki koi cheez banai. Whatever she made out of wire, that will be your answer. Now, for example, if she made a ring out of wire, so they might use the word Betty made a ring out of wire, or they might use the word wire ring. Alright, she used some wire and created a ring. Anything like that. So whatever Betty made with wire, that will be your answer. Let's start.
You will hear a lecture about a species of bird called the New Caledonian crow.
I'm going to talk today about research into a particular species of bird, the New Caledonian crow, whose natural habitat is small islands in the Pacific Ocean. And it seems that these crows are exceptionally resourceful. Using sticks or other tools to find food isn't unknown among birds and animals. Some chimpanzees, for example, are known to bang nuts on stones in order to break the shell and get at the edible kernel inside. One New Caledonian crow, called Betty, bent some straight wire into a hook and used it to lift a small bucket of her favourite food from a vertical pipe.
Hook, very good. Bent wire into a hook. Very simple. So H-U-K, hook. Thank you very much. Wanted to check that only, right? Yeah. Those who didn't react, or you se hota hai aur kisse hota hai. Let's go on. Next is Barney, so you don't need to focus that. Now please come to question number 32. New Zealand and Oxford experiment. 3 stages. Crows needed to move a dash. Now listen, underline the word move a. And write over there, pull up. Move means pull up, push, anything that is related to movement. Okay, so the crows needed to pull up, push, or move something. Let's see what that is.
In one research project, scientists from New Zealand and Oxford set captive New Caledonian crows a 3-stage problem. If they wanted to extract food from a hole, the crows first had to pull up a string to get a short stick, then use that short
pull up a string. So string is the answer. You understand now what is written before the blank or sometimes after the blank? That will assist you with that. Okay, next is Oxford research. Question number 33, Oxford research. Crows used sticks to investigate whether there was any dash from an object. They used something to investigate whether there was any dash from an object. Let's see what that is.
Further experiments carried out at Oxford suggest that crows can also use sticks as tools to inspect all sorts of objects, possibly to assess whether or not they present a danger.
Yeah, whether or not they presented danger. So there was any danger, or whether or not they presented. They means object. So danger is the answer. Okay, then the next bullet point you don't need to read, just underline spider design. They will give you 1 minute to read questions 31 to 40. And if you read every point, you cannot make it. So the points where there are no questions, only underline one word. Don't read them, look at them, underline one word. For example, spider design. Next, question number 34. Barney is another crow they mentioned before. Barney used a stick to investigate a snake made of. Now, have you ever seen the fake snake? What is it made of? Plastic or rubber. It's going to be answer like that. Silicone, plastic, rubber, whatever. So answer is going to be material. When they said snake made of, it means artificial. It means material. Very simple. And snake made of, for example, plastic. In the audio, they might use the word plastic snake. Snake made of plastic, plastic snake. So,
In this research, 5 pairs of crows, including Barney, underwent tests to see how they would react to a variety of objects, which were carefully chosen so the birds wouldn't be tempted to view them as a possible source of food. As a further precaution, all the crows had been fed beforehand. On 8 occasions, a bird's first contact was by using a tool. In all 3 trials, Barney began by using a stick for inspection. One involved a rubber snake. First, he approached it, but didn't touch it.
involved a rubber snake. So snake made of rubber is actually rubber snake. So answer is rubber. R-U-B-B-E-R. If you write rubber with single B, your answer will be wrong. Okay. Next question number 35. Pierre. Now Pierre was also maybe a crow. Yeah. Pierre used a stick to investigate a dash. A means singular answer. Investigate. For investigate, they might use look into or any other word. Let's see.
In other experiments, 2 different birds called Pierre and Corbeau also made a first approach with tools on 3 separate occasions. Pierre used a short piece of wood chip to touch a light which was flashing.
To touch a light which is flashing or which was flashing. So investigate a light. Touch a, investigate a. For investigate, this time they use the word touch. And you know, इसका कोई दीन-मान नहीं है. Investigate की जगह पे touch किसी dictionary में नहीं मिलेगा. But in Ielts only you will find it. So you need to understand their mindset. This is what we call rewording. For rewording, they can use any word to convey the sense which is related to that. Okay, next 2 points have no questions. Now just come to conclusions of above research. And the first point is birds' cognition. Now the second, question number 36, please. Unclear whether this is evidence of the bird's dash. Very simple, something related to the bird. Bird's dash, right? So, let's see. 36.
So, what conclusions can be drawn from the research? Evidence is building up from experiments such as these that the birds are able to plan their actions in advance, which is very interesting for understanding their cognition. They don't seem to be responding in a pre-programmed sort of way. It may even be possible that they're able to view a problem and work out what the answer is. However, a major difficulty is assessing whether this tool-using behaviour is a sign of intelligence. To some extent, this is related to the ecological circumstances in which the animal is found.
Sign of intelligence. So unclear whether this is evidence of the bird's intelligence. Sign of intelligence and bird's intelligence. Intelligence will be the answer. Okay, question number 37. Exeter and Oxford research in New Caledonian, Caledonia is scientists have attached very small cameras to birds dash. Where do they attach the camera? Birds? I mean, it's the part of body of the bird. Wing or maybe neck. Yeah, neck is more reliable. They can just hang the camera, or the talons of the bird, or any part of the bird. Right? So it's going to be the part of bird जहाँ पे उन्होंने कैमरा लगाया. नहीं होता अगर हम एक काम करें आपके कान पे कैमरा लगा दें. So wherever you go, you have a camera over here, right? Anyways, let's see what that is. Question number 37. Just देखते हैं कैमरा कहाँ पे लगाया.
So, scientists want to find out much more about how the crows behave in their native habitat. And a team from Exeter and Oxford universities is carrying out research in New Caledonia. They're looking into whether the birds' way of searching for food gives them any possible evolutionary advantage. The birds are hard to observe, as they live in a region of mountainous forest. So the researchers have attached tiny cameras to the tails of some birds as one method of investigating their behaviour.
Tiny cameras to the tails of some birds. Tail, T-A-L-E. T-A-I-L. The other tail is kahani, right? T-A-I-L-S. Singular or plural, it will be fine. Okay, next 38. Food in the form of beetle larva provides plenty of, underline plenty of. And for plenty of, they might use so much. A lot of, abundance. Plenty of dash for the birds. So food in the form of beetle larva provides plenty of dash for the birds. Plenty of what? So much.
The birds are masters at using sticks to find their food, in particular beetle larvae from the trees. It's possible that the birds can derive so much energy from these grubs that they only need to eat a few each day.
So much energy. Yeah. They only eat. Yeah. Question number 39. Larvae's specific dash. Now please underline specific. Now this is something related to that larvae. Right? Larvae specific. For specific, they might use the word unique. For specific, they might use the word distinct. Larvae's distinct, larvae's unique, and all that. So let's see. Question number 39.
This would mean that they wouldn't have to spend most of their waking time searching for food, as most animals do. The beetle larvae have a distinct chemical makeup, which can be traced through the feathers and blood of birds that eat them.
Distinct chemical makeup. Answer is chemical. And for makeup, they use the word composition. Exactly. Distinct and specific. Right? Okay, question number 40. Scientists will analyze what the birds include in their. Now, scientists are going to analyze what the birds include in their anything. Let's see what that is. Yeah, in their food or in their.
Scientists have collected samples from crows in order to estimate the proportion of larvae in their diet. They should then be able to gauge the extent to which individual birds depend on using sticks to feed themselves.
In their diet, exactly. Okay, that's fantastic. So out of 40, how many answers are correct? Now you can count and tell me, all right? Thank you.